Hello ladies and gentlemen, MarauderEX here back with more Let's Play Shining Force 3. Alright, so I did a couple of things off screen. Mostly I did some planning and prep work as to what mithril weapons versus what found weapons I'm going to need for everyone. I've gone through the Force, not just the people I'm going to be using, but everyone, since we are going to need to use everyone in the end. It doesn't even matter. Anyway, so I've gone through and done that. I also went through and got a deal for Mascarin. As you can see, she has an item called the Steel Tiara, and it really depends on the translation. One version has it as the Princess Tiara, Princess, what is it? Princess Circlet, something. It's Defense 7, Luck 2, Regen 2 MP. That's actually really powerful. So, because with that, her luck is 8, and then she's going to get another item. Her best, she uses rod-type weapons as her main. Her best rod is, also gives luck +2. I think you can only have a luck of 9. So, that means her luck is going to be maxed out. So that means, like, status effects won't affect her anymore, things like that. That's most status effects, most. There are a couple that still break through that. But then there are a couple other rods, depending on how you want to play it. If you want to change her, basically, effectiveness in the party, you've got, apparently the torture rod is not cursed. It's not listed as a cursed item, on this guide, so, like, we could have kept that. It has the confused magic and skill of 9 gate. The milky rod is one that's actually really powerful, because it also gives you a regen of 2 MP a turn, so that means you'd be getting back 4 MP a turn. It also has the sleep magic, which, with a luck of 9, that's actually pretty useful. But she wouldn't have a luck of 9 because the milky rod does not have luck increase, so you'd have to use a lucky cookie, but we're 1 away. We have a lucky cookie. That's doable. But then you've got, like, the alchemy rod, which is agility +4, regen 3 HP a turn, then has a special attack skill, and then magic of soul steal. So, like, you can get either confused, sleep, or soul steal on those, and then, but the rod we're actually going to be using has a defensive 5, movement +1, luck +2, and then a special spell as well. So there are so many. Like, the more I've been looking at this, the more difficult it is for me to choose what I want to do with my force. What do I want to do with these people? So, it's actually quite difficult to plan out, because the weapons are just so much more balanced here than they were before. Alright, so we also have a bunch of treasures that we can find. So what we're going to do is we're going to start looking around at this town. We haven't been in here yet. We need to go to Findings, which I think is here, and I think it's one of these boxes, perhaps? Yep, large mithril. So we're gonna have large, and we have more than enough large mithril. It's the small mithril that's gonna be fun, because, yeah. Alright, and then we have, there's 2,000 gold, and there is something else in here. Where is it? It's right here. So this is Finding's house. Finding is a character that we're going to learn about in a little bit. We've got the Holy Ankh. We're going to give that to Grace, even though it's really not that... This is another one of those weapons that's like, okay, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this. Because the Holy Ankh is really her best Ankh. Like, looking at it, it's... So you've got the Holy Ankh, which regen 4 HP a turn, magic of aura, but she already has aura, so that's kind of pointless. But then you get either the Seraphic or Blessed Ankh, that's the same thing, critical +15, magic of support. That's actually really good, but you get critical +15. Why do you need critical? But it's a higher end weapon with support. You get the Silence Ankh, which gives you silence, and then you get the Tornado Ankh, which is counter plus 20, a special skill, and then Hellblast, or whatever they're bringing to the gate on that one. But I mean, this one I want it for the 4 HP turn, because this way, if Grace takes any damage, she is going to be recovering, right now only 4 HP a turn, but I can bump that up with, you know, another accessory. But I'm gonna keep the Saint Ankh for now. I don't think I could keep the Mystery Ankh. I mean, this gives her a huge variety of spells to be useful. So we've got that. Those 3 items are... I believe it's this one is the next one. There's going to be another piece of mithril in one of these boxes, I believe. Not that one. Or, okay, let me see. I've got pictures to go along with this. Oh, it's a barrel. It's not a box, it's a barrel. It's this barrel right here. Small mithril. Okay, so yay small mithril. And then there's large mithril that we need to deal with. Let's see. A box to the west of town gates. Does that mean like that gate? That would be that house, if that's the case, because that would be west. Let's see. What are we looking for? Oh, this is the ring. Okay. Oh no, it's the box to the west of town gates. Which means it would be in here. In one of these boxes. There we go. Found the running ring. Gave the running ring to Hayward. Now, the running ring is going to be worthwhile because that increases movement. So, do we have someone who's got, you know, some decent equipment, but their movement kinda sucks? We've got a couple of people like that. Like Irene, her movement is 5. That's just atrocious. We could give that to Khan instead, give him movement of 7. That's actually kind of worthwhile, because he's got support. That would be support and heal. So, yeah, we're gonna do that. I mean, it'll lower his attack, but I'm not keeping him around for his attack. So, there are a couple other people that would be kind of useful for, like Eldar, maybe. Make her a little more mobile at the cost of her defense, but not really anything I'm worried about at the moment. Alright, so we got that. Let's see, what else do we got? We got another piece of large mithril in an old couple's home. So I need to find an old folks' home. That's terrible sounding, but that's not it. And then there is a treasure chest outside that we need to get as well. And then one more item. So I'll find those as I look for the old folks' home. Because it's not going to be that. It might be... Maybe this one? Maybe this one? This is a barrel with old people. I believe it's this one. Yep. Large mithril. So we're gonna put those away, and then we've got 2 other things that are out and about. So we're gonna find those. And I know where one is. One is over here. It's this barrel here. No. I need to do this without talking to her. And in order to do that, I have to do that. The Gaia Axe. So that is Obright's best weapon for this scenario. And Obright was the one who got it? Okay, So that's... special attack, aura level 1, if used, regen of 2 HP, raises his attack, his defense, and his agility. Like, that is just a fantastic weapon. Like, it's... I mean, there are, to keep with what we've been talking about with axes, or other weapons, the other three mithril weapons, we've got the heat axe, which we already have one, the giant axe, or gigant ants, gigant ants, defensive 2 and skill Ragnarok, and then the dragon axe, which is critical +5, fire and ice plus 20. So, but this one has the highest attack out of all of them. It gives you defense, agility, and regen, as well as aura 1. What is not to like about that at all? Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to get the last item, which is in the treasure chest that has to be obtained by going through this house. And this is the only way to get to the item shop as well, to where you can buy items. Because this town is so horribly designed. You have to go through someone's house to get to a shop. Who thought that was a good idea? And we find the ruin map, and that is the last ruin map, because we are in the last chapter. So that is it. That's the last ruin map. We're going to keep that on us. We're going to sell a bunch of stuff at the moment. So I came over here. If you need supplies for a journey, you've come to the right place. Alright, so we need to sell... I can go ahead and... I'll keep that for now, because that's going to be a fun fight to deal with. I'll keep all of her onks. It's fine. We do not need the heat axe. That's no longer necessary. I need to find out if that's the best tomahawk. We don't need the zero wing, because I'm not using wings, so that's a fair bit of cash to come into right now. I don't need the iron cestus or the attack bracer anymore. Actually, I think I'll keep the attack bracer, because I have some accessories on people that I'm not, because I don't... My list of accessories is kind of weird. Alright, so we also have an item that can be purchased here that was one of the other deals. Let me see what its stats are, because I don't remember. Let's see. Ninja helmet, defense +5, critical +10. 5,000. That's actually better than what we have. Like, I can give that to Hagane, and that will actually be a little bit better because it raises his defense. It lowers his critical by 2. The loincloth has a critical of +12. So, I mean, we would lose a little bit out on that, but I think that's better served. Can I put it on noon? Yeah, I'll put it on noon. And then I'll just give it. So, that is a useful thing to have on a ninja. And I don't know whether or not... I think that can be made through mithril. I'm not 100% sure. But... equip the dark helmet. Alright. And we're going to go back, drop off a couple of things, probably pick up a couple of things, but then the next thing I can do is I can go ahead and start making some mithril weapons, because we're going to get into a fight here in a little bit. It's going to be a little rough. I mean, the only thing is, it's rough for a while, and the mithril weapons aren't going to help the rough to start with. So it's an interesting... awkward juxtaposition there. But like I said, I've gone through and made a list of mithril weapons that I want to make versus versus characters that are going to have a better chance with found weapons. So, like, I could make a spear or a lance for Dantares, but he's going to find a lance here soon. But I mean, I could make a spear for him. That would actually be worthwhile. So I'm going to do that. Mascarin, same with her. Her best weapon is found, but I can make, you know, some really interesting weapons through mithril. And it's not like I have a shortage of mithril. The only problem is I have a shortage of money. I do not have enough money to actually do all of the things that I want to do. So, that is my biggest limiting factor, is currency. So, I don't quite think I will do that now. Actually, no. I think we'll start, because I don't know if I had actually shown off the mithril process in this game in the last town that had it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it. Yes, I would like to make an record. I do not want to overwrite. Save there. And we're going to go to the blacksmith, and we are... I'll see if I can make Danteri's spear, because he's someone who I'm after to make something specific. So, what we need to do for mithril... Oh, no, that's not the way in. That's the weapon shop. He's on the other side. That's the weapon shop that's not open at the moment. So, what you need to do is you need to equip the weapon that you want to make. So right now, if I were to make a mithril weapon for Danteri's, he would make a lance, because he has a lance equipped. So it's whatever... They'll make you a weapon the class of whatever you currently have equipped. So, for Danteri's, we're gonna switch to spear, and we're gonna walk up. I don't have any mithril. Damn it. Oh. Alright, so I probably do a lot of the mithril creation off-screen at this rate, but... And then, mithril accessories are basically just whoever you want to make the accessory for, and there's a huge pool of accessories that it can make. There's only about 4 or 5 really good ones. So, depending on what you're actually aiming to make. Like I think we can make more Gale rings, you can make magic rings, which magic rings are useless, because you have to use it to recover MP instead of it just recovering MP a turn. If it recovered MP a turn, it would actually be kind of worthwhile. You won't make any bracers with it, or the silver rings, or anything like that, but any of the rings that we've acquired so far, I think, are possible. And then you get things like the attack ring, which is attack +5, and you can use it for the attack spell. Master ring, critical encounter +10. White ring, defense +10. I don't know if you can make a white ring. White ring and Gale ring are the two that I'm not 100% sure on, but I'll have to look into it. Alright, so we can make something. So, okay then, whose equipment should I make? And each weapon class has its own specific cost. So spear is 9,000, most weapons are going to be about 11,000. So we're going to make a spear. And we are going... All you have to do is leave. And then you can walk back in. And he'll have the weapon ready for you. It's slightly tedious, but given that this game, the weapons are really, in my opinion, much more balanced. And we got a silver spear, which is what I was aiming for, because the spear weapons that are available are... You've got the silver spear, which is critical +10, which... If you want it for an offensive weapon, that's really the best. Counter spear, which is counter +20, which you're not going to be mainlining spears. So, and then the Lancelot or Rune spear, depending on the translation, light resist +25, and then light geyser as a special skill. So I mean, that's... Yeah, so that... I've got Danteri's, his spear. So... That's a thing. The characters that I would need to make weapons for, I don't have enough money. Like, I've got 54,000. I could make maybe 4. I can make 4 weapons depending on how expensive they are. And I would need to make Hayward, Obright, Sybil, Khan, Hagane, and Noon, if I'm actually planning on what I want to plan. I would lose Noon's Wendigo spell, but and then what else does that have? That raises a stat, doesn't it? Let me unequip it and see what it lowers, because I'm pretty sure it has either defense or... yeah, it raises my defense as well. So the Wendigo Wand, I'm going to be trading defense for luck. So that'll be fun to deal with. So, yeah, like I said, I don't... it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think I could make 6 weapons at the moment. So I might make a couple of weapons. I might make a couple of accessories while I'm here. So I'll figure it out, and I will see you guys in the next installment, where I will hopefully have some mithril weapons, and then we will start with the next fight. So till then, later, everyone.